Hello everyone, my name is Roman Cesare. I'm an international student here at SPC, as you might be noticed, as you might notice by my accent. And today I want to talk to you about the effects of obesity and why you should keep and you should follow a healthy lifestyle. To do so, I wanted you all to please close your eyes and imagine this situation. Okay, imagine that you are waking up in a hospital, you have your eye closed, and you are hearing your heart beating in a machine, right? The classic beep. And when you open your eyes, you see your family members, your friends, crying around your bed because you have suffered a heart attack and you almost died yesterday. And the worst part is that you are only 25 years old. Okay, so this is what 40% of Americans have the chances of suffer if because of obesity. Because America is the number one country regarding obesity in the whole world. And this is because of the American lifestyle, and that's what I'm going to be explaining you. To do so, I'm going to be covering three main points. The first one is about obesity and why it is not only a matter of how you look. The second one is the relationship between USA and obesity and why its American lifestyle is that dangerous for people. And the last one, but not less important, the consequences of making normal. The consequences of make people think that obesity is normal and they don't have to change. This is a graphic in which you can see if you are underweight, normal weight, overweight, obese, or extremely obese. Extremely obese people is only when their body mass index, BMI, is over 35%. This is not an exact graph because there is people who can have a BMI of, 25 and they are not overweight. Till you have a lot of muscle or till you have till bones are heavier. So now that you know what is my intention, I'm going to be explaining the main point, and to do so, I'm going to be explaining some myth, some things that people think, and the reality under this myth. So the first one, obesity is only cosmetical. You can ask anyone in the streets, and they're going to tell you that obesity is only a matter of how you look. That it doesn't matter because you won't die because of obesity, because no one dies because of obesity, right? However, the reality, the fact is that obesity is the top 10 causes of death in USA, directly or indirectly. What I mean by indirectly is that you can suffer a heart attack, but this heart attack is because of obesity, and etc. Second one, myth. Obesity in kids do not have importance. Reality. Kids with obesity are more likely to be bullied and to suffer depression while they are in their childhood or in their teenager or when they are teenagers. Third one, obesity do not have to do with this. Obesity do not have nothing to do with the obesity with the state of mind. This is what people think. The reality is that 50% of obese people have think about suicide in the USA. Myth, heart attack only happens to old people. Reality, obese people is a high risk of suffer a heart attack. And now imagine that you are old and that you are also fat because you didn't follow a healthy lifestyle while you were young. You have a really high chance of dying because of a heart attack. Now I'm going to be talking about the obesity among USA and the relationship between the big cities, the jobs of America, and how they can be related with obesity. So as you can see in the graph, this is a graph for the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention in the world. And you can see that the states that are red are the ones that have more chances for people to be obese in. And this is basically because, as you can see here, Michigan, uh, Los Angeles, etc., have big cities in there. For example, Michigan with Detroit, in which most people follow the American lifestyle. That's what I name. That's how I name it. And the American lifestyle is basically the lifestyle that you see in movies, right? The lifestyle that you are, I don't know, 30 years old and you work in a company, working in your computer the whole day, and when you are going to get lunch or when you are going to get dinner, you look for the closest McDonald's or Burger King and you ask for 2 more chickens, 1 giant Coke, and French fries. And this is unhealthy, really, really unhealthy, and you shouldn't follow this lifestyle. As you can see here, the countries with the higher risk of obesity are the countries with big cities, are the states with big cities. Sorry. Next, I'm going to be talking about this guy. This guy is have the Guinness World Record of the heavier person in the world. He's Mexican. He's an American. But you can see right here in the picture, even when he's smiling, right, you can see that he can't breathe. You can see those things right here. It means that he can breathe by himself. And not only that, I mean, he can't even walk. He can't even eat by himself. He can lift his own arm. And he's basically almost died because he's only like 30 years old, and he's probably going to die in the next 5 years or 10 years because of his extremely obese body. And why this happened? You may be thinking, why USA is the #1 country with obesity in the world? And the reality is that the fashion world is making it normal to sell more products. Everyone has seen the classic announcement telling people that being obese is okay and that you shouldn't change your body, right? Everyone have seen that. Everyone have heard that. And the reality is that if you make the young generations feels and think that being obese is okay, they are going to die earlier. Even those the fashion world is telling people that everyone is beautiful. And yeah, that's right, everyone is beautiful. The problem is when everyone thinks that everyone stop taking care of their body and they become really, really obese and they die of heart attacks, they suffer diabetes because of this, or they suffer a high cholesterol because of this, etc. Even there are parents that are obese or were obese in a stage of their life, and they tell their kids that being obese is okay. And as I said before, kids with obesity are more likely to be bullied and to suffer depression in their childhood and in their teenager stage. That's why I want to ask you all to please do not fall into temptation of being obese. I know that it is really easy, right, to eat too much chickens without effort, and yeah, it can be easy. You can save some time. You can save some time going in McDonald's. You can save some time than going to the gym. But the truth is that this time that you are saving is nothing compared to the time that you are going to live if you follow a healthy lifestyle. Because if you follow a healthy lifestyle, you are going to live 10 or 15 years more than if you were following a obese lifestyle. That's why please don't end up like her. You can see here, she is young, she can be, she's beautiful, she's young, and she is dying. She died actually because of her obesity. You can see that he can even lift her arm, he can't do anything by herself. So please do not fall into the temptation and follow a healthy lifestyle, doing exercise, taking a healthy diet, etc. Thank you, and I hope by the end of this speech you have learned and you know what obesity is exactly, and that it isn't just a matter of how you look. Thank you.